So basically what's going to be happening right now is I'm reenacting my epic fall. Well, jump. Jump off a horse in order to, it's a complicated story. Okay, so basically we had been carrying this line like 4 times. Okay, and it wasn't poles, they were like actual jumps. And we'd raised them up to 2-6, and he was going like really nice, like this, okay. It was like a 5, and he was chipping in a 6. You can't see the second jump, but that's okay. They can't see the second jump. Shit, you're gonna have to move it for when we do like
I know.
Just move it when we do the final round because that's kind of the important one. So it's like
I'm trying to see if I can get it like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We come back.
Alright, this is really bad,
We
okay.
come back into the goddamn line. Again, the same direction, even though I'm going the opposite direction. It goes like this. What? His head comes like exactly like this, like push, like over the second jump. And I'm like, oh fuck. And and I don't feel anything. That's actually what gave me the concussion. Now I don't feel anything because I'm like in this moment of adrenaline. Hi. I'm in this moment of adrenaline. And basically, I'm so far up his neck now that I'm holding onto the bit on either side of his mouth. I'm sure I looked like freaking amazing. I was the best person for the job of not falling off a horse. So I grabbed the bit on either side of his mouth because I was like just far up enough that I could, and I was trying to be able to pull his head up. I know it's kind of cruel, but I was trying to pull up his head so I could like move back without falling off. And the first thing you learn is to pull them around in tight circles or run them into a wall. So my first attempt at a circle doesn't go so well. He kind of figure eights. So we're going like around from the jump because we landed on this side. And we'll come around. And my riding instructor like gets all big and brave, and she's like, ha! Like about to stop the horse. And then she sees us actually coming towards her, and she goes, ah! And she like jumps to the side. And now I'm like, oh, god damn it. So now I'm like running to a wall, and I try to like side kind of swipe him into a wall and like turn around the corner, like into the corner. He doesn't like that very much, so he takes off even faster. So I'm like, oh shit. So Jenny doesn't find it as amusing when I'm illustrating the horse with my hands. Like now I have an actual horse, so it's not as fun. And I'm going like, oh shit, and he's just like taking off, and I'm trying to pull him around this circle. And that's just not doing anything because he's just like freaking out. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to stay on much longer. Like, I'm already on his neck. Like, I can't risk falling off and not being prepared for it. So he just keeps running. That was him running. And I kind of go like emergency dismount. Like, whoosh. And I didn't realize. I forgot he's taller. He's not like huge, he was kind of medium height, but he was tall enough that I was going to go a long way to the ground, especially because he had his neck like all the way up. And so I like swing it, and I like land on my feet sort of, but then I kind of like collapse. And that's how I bruised 3 ribs. And then I went to the hospital. Oh, I got back on, jostled my head more. Because imagine, they shouldn't make me jump again, but imagine coming down from a ride where you just got a concussion and now you bruised 3 ribs and you don't feel any of this yet, or any of this, like none of it is felt. Your vision has started to go black, but you don't actually like notice. And now you're going like track. And you're just like my head. And like now your riding instructor and like the other girls in the ring who came to help you when you fell off are looking at you like, is she okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, okay, I think you should get off. And I'm like, I'm fine. Is it Wednesday? And they're like, what? And I'm like, is it Wednesday? And so then they decided, okay, you know what? We're going to untack your horse. We'll bring your tack out to the front. Your mom can come get it. You should go in the car. So I did. Then I went to the hospital. I had to explain to a doctor that I jumped off a horse. Because he was basically like, oh, you fell off a horse. It's so dangerous. You should never ride again. And I'm not going to be like, no, I'm never riding again. Because like, I'm clearly going to get back on a horse. So I'm like, no, it really wasn't the horse's fault. I jumped. And his face, like, was like, and I'm like, I wasn't gonna stay on there and die. I was gonna jump off. And he's like, and I have to explain, like, I've got like morphine injections, and I'm like not able to feel any of this. I still don't think they scanned this. They gave me a full body scan, but I didn't actually, whatever. They're like, oh yeah, you bruised this really badly, but you don't need anything. And I can't move my side because like the adrenaline effects have worn off. And that is the story. I recommend you don't go jumping off of horses. just a thought.
Great motto.
Lesson. Unless you're gonna actually make the emergency dismount work, because actually the ribs hurted more than the concussion. The ribs, they weren't even broken, and they hurted like a bitch. Like it was like a shooting pain. Like I couldn't laugh. I couldn't like breathe. I had to go give. Oh, I didn't have to, but I had kind of committed to giving a tour at our school the day after, and I had to be in a brace. Well, they didn't give me a brace. They were like, just wrap it. So
you should have just shown the kids that and just told them a really weird story about the school. Like, yeah, this piece of plaster fell on me in room 240B. You should go in there.
214, plaster fell on me. Don't go in there.
Unless you want to die, it's haunted. It's just haunted.
I'm giving a tour, and now people are like staring at me while I'm giving them a tour. I've got like a wrap. They can't see it, but they can notice clearly that I'm not. I mean, like you've got a wrap, so now you can't. Whoops. So now that's my jump. You can't breathe right because you can only like you're trying to breathe through your stomach because that's kind of how I've been taught to breathe, like through your diaphragm. So you're trying to do that, but you can't get the air like into your diaphragm or into your lungs for that matter because this entire, and it's harder when you have boobs, this entire area is wrapped. And it hurts. It still hurts sometimes. I still pull the muscle there. But it's like Jenny, come here.
Oh,
Like
no.
if I were giving you a tour, come
No.
here. If I were giving you a tour of the school and I'm walking like this, like my entire side is like stiff. And I'm like trying to make it look like it's nothing, but the fact of the matter is I'm like leaning to this side because this whole side is like stiff. They're like, just put something like strong there and just wrap it. And I was just like, ugh. It's not like, it was so bad. Never again. Never again. But I still ride, so it's okay. And that's the story. Say goodbye, Jenny. That's the story of how not to jump off a horse. Have any last words, Jenny?
Not really.
Nothing? Nothing about Paper Mario?
No. Except, no, that's in a different game. That's in a different Mario game. I'm sorry. I don't have any tips.
The dragon. Give them the tip about the dragon. Where are you? Where are you?
I don't really know what to do, but you gotta throw little things at his.
You have
I
to
get
jump onto his
bored.
back in 3D mode.
Get his horn. But if you don't pick up the little things, they'll run you over, and then it'll just mess you up. And then yeah.
Basically, she was yelling at my 5-year-old brother to pick up the things because he was going to die.
Because you're dead. You fall off.
And die. And they'll all go downhill from there. Don't jump off horses, children. Good night.